Hey there everyone, this is MVOS, otherwise known as My Variety of Stuff, and I'm the guy in the title. Oh look, there I am now, in the first row at Tulane's Yulman Stadium on ESPN, cheering on our team who's currently losing by 14 to Houston in the second quarter. Amazingly enough, Tulane came back to win this game on a miraculous final drive that included a fake kneel followed by a 60-yard touchdown. And I stayed the whole time, unlike 80% of the student section who left at halftime to go to the boot. I know. Hold your applause. Wow, what an experience. Well, that was sure to be the highlight of my Tulane football fandom, huh? Well, maybe not. Here we go. It's September 14th, 2021. The three-time SEC champion Tulane Green Wave football program has spent the last 55 years since leaving said SEC mired in the absolute doldrums of college football relevance, excluding a one-year wonder undefeated season in 1998. This team was so unimportant that I bet you, yes, you, probably couldn't even tell me where Tulane is on a map. Maybe you do know now if you're aware of the story I'm about to tell. Regardless, our protagonists reside in beautiful New Orleans, Louisiana.
A brick building in New Orleans reduced to rubble here by the fury of Hurricane Ida.
And speaking of New Orleans, just a week ago as of this game, a hurricane hit the city, closing the university for multiple weeks and forcing our stars of this story to evacuate 2 states over to Birmingham for several weeks and reschedule multiple games, one of which was their unprecedented home game against the number 2 ranked Oklahoma Sooners, pitting the upstart Green Wave against star recruit Spencer Rattler and star recruit Lincoln Riley. It should have been in the 30,000-seat Yulman Stadium, an on-campus outpost that Tulane opened back in 2014. It had been sold out exactly once since that time, after spending the last 30 years in the Superdome playing games no one went to. What a sight a game like this would have been in Yulman. Instead, we find ourselves on Oklahoma's home turf on this chilly fall 2021 day. The Tulane Green Wave, looking to build on the past 3 years of unprecedented success under head coach Willie Fritz, in which they made 3 straight bowl games for the first time in forever, have a fantastic chance to make their name truly known across the college football landscape. To recapture the relevance they once had in the 30s and 40s, those decades being the last time the Wave have made a major bowl game appearance. Of course, recapturing that relevance here would be no small task, giving the prestige of both the Oklahoma football program and the offenses coached up by Lincoln Riley. Well, between the hurricane, the relocation, and the talent of Oklahoma, it simply was not to be. After a tight 14-14 first quarter, Oklahoma scores 23 points heading into the half, and as we head into the fourth quarter, the Sooners hold a commanding 40-22 lead over a battered Tulane squad. Sophomore Tulane quarterback Michael Pratt couldn't do it all. Oh, wait a sec. They just made it a 2-score game. Wait, now it's a 1-score game? What the hell? Riley, what is your defense doing? More importantly, Tulane, how are you doing this?
And it's Tulane players jump in there, led by Larry Brooks, and Tulane's got the ball.
Wait, Tulane just recovered the onside kick? Tulane, are you really about to pull off what I think you are? Okay, here we go. Down 5 with the ball, 2 minutes left, 4th and 13. Pratt and both sides of the ball for the Wave have orchestrated a monumental comeback attempt, but it will all fade into memory if they can't keep it going here. All or nothing.
Flushed out of the pocket, being chased. Gotta get rid of it. He breaks it.
He's 1 yard short. Turnover on downs, game over. Despite that monumental effort from Pratt and the rest of the team to get to this point, Tulane couldn't get over the hump by that much. They tried their best, but at the end of the day, they're right back where they started. An afterthought. A sympathetic, I feel sorry for them from the few college football fans aware of their existence. It's not what Willie Fritz wants. It's It's not what running back Tyjae Spears wants. It's not what linebackers Dorian Williams and Nick Anderson want. And it's certainly not what Michael Pratt wants. It's not what any of this team wants. But it's how it is. Pratt sacrificed his body to win that game, and it still wasn't enough. He was battered the rest of the year, and it showed against Ole Miss, who obliterated Tulane the following week, and the Wave were never the same. The 2021 Tulane Green Wave football team finished with a final record of 2 wins, 10 losses, despite multiple valiant efforts, including a valiant effort for a half against the playoff-bound number 2 Cincinnati Bearcats. Man, this schedule was crazy hard. All the momentum from the past 3 bowl seasons, middling as those bowls may have been, was lost. While ambitions and goals remained high for the team, the disappointment was palpable. Willie Fritz had been here for 6 years now. Would they ever get another chance at relevance like this? Unbeknownst to them, it would only take 1 year to get another chance. Another chance at both program relevancy and, coincidentally, another chance to best Lincoln Riley, just next year, in a position none of Tulane could have believed was possible. The 2022 Tulane Green Wave are going to undergo the biggest season-to-season turnaround in college football history. The 2022 Tulane Green Wave are going to go 12-2. The 2022 Tulane Green Wave are going to win the American Conference. The 2022 Tulane Green Wave are going to the Cotton Bowl. Would you like to see how? Tulane began the 2022 season ranked 7th in the preseason poll of the American Conference. The American, or AAC, largely regarded as the best option of the non-Power 5 football programs, would be losing some of its luster at the end of the year. 3 out of 4 of the historical football powers in the conference's short 8-year history, Cincy, UCF, and Houston, would all leave to join the Big 12 after the year was over. Naturally, those 3 were ranked atop the AAC in the preseason. Naturally as well, Tulane would play all of them this year, 2 out of 3 of them on the road. Tulane would also play an out-of-conference matchup on the road against Kansas State, a team looking to burst onto the scene of the Big 12 after a few years in the doldrums themselves. While not as difficult as facing both Oklahoma and Ole Miss on the road in the same season like 2021, 2022 was far from a cakewalk for the Green Wave. Well, excluding the first 2 weeks, that is. That was fun. Anyway, Kansas State time. Tulane travels to a sold-out Kansas State Stadium in a game that was so prestigious it earned a marquee matchup on ESPN+. And boy, was it a standard ESPN Plus game, alright. No one wanted to score here. Credit where it's due to both defenses, but let's be real, the only reason Kansas State has a lead at the end of the first half is because of a Michael Pratt interception deep in Tulane's own territory. Kansas State was 0 for 4 on 4th down. Anyway, I'm gonna start up a list here. Everybody, I'm pleased to introduce you to the thank you list. It's just gonna be me thanking any individual who does something so incomprehensible and allows us to miraculously win. Let's start the list off with Kansas State for not running any QB sneaks from under center on any of their 4th downs. Thanks, fellas. Back to the game. Tulane finally puts together the first competent drive for either side in the second half as Pratt connects to senior tight end Tyreek James for the touchdown. And then Adrian Martinez, the former Nebraska quarterback, can't do anything against the Tulane defense once again. Tulane's got the ball and is now battling the clock. 1 first down and Tulane wins. 3rd and 3. Punch it in, fellas.
It's going to be a run. Very close. This spot is going to be interesting.
Okay, you didn't get it. Well, I'd love to go for it, but that would be an insane decision on your end of the field. You're basically gifting a tying touchdown to Kansas State if you miss this. You're just trying to draw them off sides, right, fellas?
Yep.
Oh no, I can't watch. Michael Pratt has dropped the football.
Wow. And he got the first down.
Oh, okay. Phew. He was able to pick it up. Assist going to both guys, pushing him in the back. Welp, Tulane has done it. They have won their first out-of-conference away game in decades. They're now 3-0 for the first time since the undefeated 1998 season. And it all sets up for a chance for the biggest win so far in Yulman Stadium history against Tulane's biggest rival from the Conference USA days to go 4-0. Tulane originally played football in the on-campus Sugar Bowl, where the bowl game of the same name was also started. Both the game and the Green Wave moved to the Louisiana Superdome, Mercedes-Benz Superdome, Caesars Superdome now, in 1975. Anyway, getting to those games was a nightmare, and it didn't help that apart from 98, the team was a joke, so attendance cratered. After toying with the idea of removing the football program altogether in the early 2000s, a new regime of leadership at the school prompted a reinvestment in athletics. Tulane was getting an on-campus stadium again. Yulman Stadium opened in 2014. A very nice stadium for its size, still looking for its first big marquee matchup. Well, here you go. 3-0 Tulane for the first time this century versus former Conference USA rival Southern Miss in the battle for the bell. These two schools are a state border apart and they don't like each other. Southern Miss absolutely despises Tulane. Tulane, if the mainstream fan base was aware of any of this, would hate Southern Miss right back. The biggest game in Yulman Stadium history. And Tulane goes up 14-0 and then plays like absolute garbage from then on. Later we would come to know that Michael Pratt got injured early in this one but played through it anyway, which in turn made the offense become frustratingly one-dimensional. Run up the middle, run up the middle, run up the middle, punt. Everyone knows the ball's either going to Tyjae Spears or Iverson Celestine, and Southern Miss is routinely stacking the box, and Pratt's too hurt to fix it. Oh, let's not forget, a turnover on downs and 2 blocked kicks in the same game. And the opposing coach is Tulane's former offensive coordinator, all adding up to 24-27. Southern Miss wins back the bell. Damn it, Tulane, I hyped up this game so much, too. I got my whole friend group out to watch this one. Half of them don't care one bit about football. Well, guess we're gonna have to just keep waiting for the biggest win in Yulman Stadium history, huh? God damn it. There goes all my hope for this season. So who do we play next? Oh great, now they have to deal with Houston at Houston. Houston's had a horribly unlucky start to the year, but that just makes them more pissed off. And even better, Michael Pratt's out, so they've got to start their backup quarterback. Say hello to Justin Ibieta.
Ibieta feels the pressure, rolls out, a stiff arm.
Say goodbye to Justin Ibieta. God, that stings. What a horrible turn of events for him. And now Tulane's on to their third stringer. Say hello to Kai Horton. Tulane is now losing 21-14. But we do have the ball. Can the third stringer Horton lead the Wave in a miraculous comeback? We will find out. Oh wait, no we won't. Everybody strap in. Instead, it's time for the Aaron Judge Show.
A few minutes later.
Man, I love baseball, but even I can tell when a stunt is ridiculous. Anyway, the third stringer Kai Horton's got Tulane driving on the do-or-die 2-minute drill. A fantastic performance by him, but it all comes down to this. 4th and goal. What play do you call, Tulane? Ladies and gentlemen, you just got shoveled, and we're going to overtime. Let's go to overtime, and let's add a new thank you to the list. Houston for winning the overtime coin toss and electing to start with the ball. Because of that, in a clutch stop by the Tulane D, Horton completes a pass to Spears, and...
Spears! Touchdown, Tulane! And they walk it off in overtime!
Back in business, fellas. What a gutty win. On ESPN, no less. And now that's 2 current/future Big 12 opponents down 2 more to go. Not Tulane's most epic win against Houston ever, but definitely a number 2. Okay, at the end of the day, that Southern Miss loss will only matter if they let it matter. Time to take care of business against ECU. Okay, I gotta be honest, I can't make every game exciting. This game was very bland. Tulane wins. Congrats to ECU on a decent season. Next! Whew, chilly one. Sorry guys for stopping the video on you, but I've gotta go get work done. It's a busy time of year. I'll get back to the video in a sec, but in the meantime, look at how beautiful campus is. It may be chilly, but it's a great day to be outside. Not as great a day to be inside working, but you know, what can you do? I do wonder if there's anything going on campus today. Probably not. It's Sunday after all. Let's get to work. Time to deal with the worst team in the American Conference. Sorry USF, but you suck. And you are actively destroying Tulane on offense. Gary Bohannon is going nuts as we slowly begin to learn that mobile quarterbacks are the otherwise rock-solid Tulane defense's kryptonite. Come on, we're losing to 2022 USF? This can't be happening. Oh shit. Now Bohannon's injured. As if things couldn't get any worse for USF this season. Tulane breezes to a win the moment that happens. Sorry, Bulls fans. I hope Bohannon balls out next year for you guys. Anyway, now it's time for Tulane to face Memphis. Always a tough opponent. Alright, so Tulane 6-1 now with a bad loss to Southern Miss polluting the resume, but counteracted with fantastic road wins against Kansas State and Houston. If they beat Memphis, they have a decent chance to be ranked for the first time since '98. Oh, never mind, they're already ranked. Number 25 coming into this game. Huh, that's a nice, if rather anticlimactic surprise. Well, this now makes this a chance for the biggest win in Yulman Stadium history. And oh my god, what a run back by Jaquan Jackson. 14-0 already. Whoa, now it's 35-0? Where the hell did this come from? My god, chalk this up. A sellout crowd, a blowout against one of the higher tier AAC opponents. We've done it. Nothing is topping this. Alright, I forgot there's another half to play. Let's see what happens.
Firing into the end zone, caught, touchdown Tigers. Right side of the 20, must be moved to the middle of the field, and a touchdown Memphis, Eddie Lewis. Looking for one right here, and they'll get it. Hannigan on the rollout, has a man downfield, caught at the 30, and there goes Eddie Lewis. Touchdown Tigers.
Tulane, what are you guys doing? Come on, you can't be shitting the bed this hard on both sides of the ball. Stop giving them the ball!
Corner, intercepted!
Okay, thank God. Monroe intercepted them in the end zone. We're good. Almost gave me a heart attack. Still a good win, but boy, did that end on a much downer note than it should have. Again, it looks like we're just gonna have to keep waiting for the biggest win in Yulman Stadium history. The Houston one in 2019 still clears. I spent this entire game in fear that Tulane was gonna blow it solely because of the game that I knew was following this one. Lucky for me, unlike me, Tulane didn't look ahead and took care of business against Tulsa. And let me tell you, I'm a big fan of that. And chalk that up to the third straight game that Tyjae Spears has absolutely dominated. Additionally, UCF beat Cincy, LSU beat Alabama, and Louisville beat Wake Forest. Tulane is now in prime position to get college game day on campus next week? Are you serious? No, we're not. Thanks for nothing, game day. I hope you enjoyed watching Texas's 500 millionth attempt and consequent failure to be back. Hold on, everyone. Let's take a quick moment to boo college game day. Alright, thanks, I needed that. Anyway, back to business. With UCF coming off of back-to-back wins against Cincy and Memphis, catapulting UCF into number 2 and Tulane into number 1 in the AAC, now this has a chance to be the biggest win in Yulman Stadium history, playing for quite likely home field advantage in the AAC Championship game. Tulane riding a 5-game win streak, the game on ESPN2. Can Tulane take it to the big time and win their first game against a ranked opponent in the last 60 tries? Oops, looks like UCF has a running quarterback who's on top of his game right now. Nah, we're screwed. Tulane spots UCF 10 unanswered points to open the game. John Rice Plumlee torches the Green Wave, and although Pratt and Spears tried to claw their way back, it was ultimately a futile effort. In front of the largest student section at Yulman Stadium I'd ever seen, UCF now leads the AAC. Tulane can still make the conference championship just by winning out, but barring a monumental misstep by UCF, it would be hosted in their bounce house, which wouldn't be ideal to say the least. Well, shit. The Big 12 finally got the best of us. And I brought all my friends out for this one, too. And as I walk out of this stadium disappointed once more, I think once again, guess we're just gonna have to keep waiting for the biggest win in Yulman Stadium history. Started at the bottom and we're back down at the bottom. Barely anyone showed up to this game. Now, to be fair, it was absolutely freezing, in New Orleans terms anyway. And it also didn't help that it was a random Thursday night game. But if there's one side of the stadium that did show up, it was the student section, goddammit. If nothing else than to experience one final home game and send the seniors off strong. Lucky for us, Tulane also showed up, and they showed up pissed off. They absolutely torched an SMU defense already in shambles and shut down an electric SMU offense all game long. Tyjae Spears put his mark on this one, and Tulane's still alive for a conference championship berth. A great way to send the seniors off at Yulman, even if it wasn't close to a packed house. A shame they wouldn't get another chance to truly put on a showing for the ages for a packed to the brim home crowd. Not with how UCF's gonna take care of business against Navy. I mean, Navy sucks this year. Wait, what? Navy beat UCF? Well, guess it's time to go back to the thank you list. Let's add one more while we're here. Well, this changes everything. Tulane's game next week at Cincy was already going to decide who would play UCF in the AAC Conference Championship, provided UCF beats USF next week, but it's more than that now. Whoever wins this next game hosts the AAC Conference Championship. This would be no new occurrence for Cincy. Tulane, however, has never made an AAC Conference Championship, much less hosted one. And wait, if Tulane wins that game, they go to the Cotton Bowl? Tulane hasn't even been to a major New Year's Six bowl game since 1940. Dare I hope? No way, I must be crazy. Okay, I may not be crazy, but I do know one thing. I'm scared. They've got a chance, but it's their biggest road test yet. Cincy has the second longest home winning streak in college football. 32 home wins in a row. But Tulane starts off toe-to-toe. It's a fantastic game, an even game right up to halftime and beyond. It's been the Tyjae Spears show all game long, with multiple passes from Pratt being dropped by his receivers over the course of the game. It's been the defense instead who's held up against Evan Prater, who... Wait, let me add this to the thank you board real quick. Oh wait, actually, let me scratch that one off because he just led Cincinnati on back-to-back touchdown drives to take the lead. God damn it, we're really gonna be so close and yet so far yet again? We've had so many missed opportunities. Can't we get this one thing?
Right across the middle, has a man and a first down. Jay Wyatt.
Well, how about two things for good?
Over 100 yards passing to the end zone. Pass is caught. And the Green Wave are back in front. It's Deuce Watts.
They caught him that time. Shea Wyatt and Deuce Watts in the clutch. Tulane is back in the lead with 5 minutes to go. But can the defense hold on?
On the field and in the broadcast booth. Prater's going to be sacked. Back at the 15.
Guess who? Big Keith Cooper again.
The 3rd and 15. Bearcats got to go. Prater pressure again. He's looking. Incomplete.
All right, 3 good stops. 4th down now. 1 more stop.
The 13 yards and don't move.
4th down and 15. It all comes down to this. Prater with time. It's a pass that is incomplete. It was dropped. Tyler Scott.
Right in his breadbasket, right in the chest.
Well, time to add another thank you. With an assist going to Macon Clark for getting his hand right in Scott's line of sight. And there we have it. Tulane beat Cincinnati. It wasn't pretty, but that's the first ranked win for Tulane since 1984. First loss at home for Cincy since 2017. 3 out of 4 Big 12 teams down. And now, one more shot at the 4th. Tulane football, a year removed from going 2-10, is now in the AAC Championship for the first time ever. Hosting it no less. UCF returns to Tulane to try and complete the sweep and win one last conference championship on the way out. Tulane gets one final shot to give the ever-growing fan base and student section a special win in person to hang their hat on. Back at home. One chance to be champions. One final chance to truly put on a showing for the ages for a packed to the brim home crowd. One final chance for the biggest win in Yulman Stadium history. Oh shit, now what? Oh, never mind, the deal fell through. Willie Fritz is staying with Tulane after all. Anyway. Hey guys, sorry for stopping the video again, but I needed some lunch. Looks pretty good, huh? Everything on campus is expensive, but these fries are worth it. But I can't shake the feeling. That something's going on campus today. I know it's Sunday, I know it's raining, but I hear some music over there. Some stuff over there. I have no idea what's happening, but let's go check it out. It's never been this hard to get into Yulman Stadium. There was purportedly a cap on free student tickets for this game. In turn, the student section was full an hour and a half before kickoff. This has never happened before, but a football championship for Tulane this century has never happened before either. Desperate times call for desperate measures. On a chilly, drizzly December day in the Big Easy, it's the Tulane Green Wave versus the UCF Knights for all the marbles. For the right to win the conference championship. For the right to go to the Cotton Bowl. After a couple of good plays for John Rice Plumlee to start off the game, it's clear the Tulane defense has something to prove today. They force a punt. And on the other end, Tulane charges right down the field with a couple great completions, plus a long run from Spears. Pratt to Wyatt.
Touchdown! Shea Wyatt pulls it in for his 6th.
7-0.
Jim Game as a head coach when he was at Auburn. That trouble Plumlee is thrown down for a sack. Darius Hodges. Williams and company here. Pratt rolling to his right, and what a throw! And Watson's bring inside the 30. Watts inside the 20, gets a block.
Now make it 10-0. Oh, Tulane has the ball again? Awesome.
Try to draw UCF. Nope, they don't. And I don't think Pratt got it. He got
They turn it over on downs on their own 32. Well, that's not ideal. It's 10-7 now. Oh, scratch that. 17-7 now on a brilliant play call and move by Lawrence Keys. Out of halftime, we see the most amazing run I've ever seen in person. I can't wait to see this guy play on Sundays. It's 24-7 Tulane, and after another punt by UCF and another incredible run by Tyjae, Tulane is up against the goal line to put this game away before the fourth quarter even starts.
Oh, shit. The ball, and UCF appears to have it.
Wow. Okay, that's fine, I guess. At least UCF didn't score on that drive either. It helps that Plumlee has been out the last couple of drives, and Mikey Keene is AWOL. Oh wait, Plumlee's back in the next drive. Touchdown UCF. 24-14. Okay, it's fine. Don't panic. Cool, an amazing play from Deuce Watts. 31-14 now. Just keep your eyes in front of you.
And it's a behind-the-line pass, and now throwing it downfield is Harvey got a man. It's caught.
Oh shit, a trick play. Fantastic. 31-21. It's okay. It's okay. We're fine. 12 minutes left in the game. You're up 2 scores with the ball. Just be aware. Spears, no! Now is not the time to get the dropsies. Well, UCF now has the ball, and now they've seized the momentum. An electric crowd all night long now has a pit in their stomach the size of a football. Shades of Southern Miss. Shades of almost Memphis. It's a 3-point game now. Yeoman Stadium fans in attendance might have to be treated for hypoxia. Incompletion. 2-yard run. You need this first down.
Let's see what he does here. Pressure in his face. He delivers. Past the 35, a first down to the 40.
Oh, God. Thank you, Jaquan Jackson. That first down might have been the most underrated and important first down in Tulane history. Just keep the ball moving.
Season, second team all conference. Back to throw here. With time, receiver open in UCF territory. It's Shea Wyatt past the 30. Wyatt inside the 20. Wyatt stays in bounds. Touchdown, Tulane.
Well, what do you know? That works too. All right, back up by 10. 8 minutes left. Defense, I know we haven't given you a lot of rest, but this is where we really need you.
Now he takes off, and he's dragged down by Dorian Williams. Tulane takes over on downs.
Add a final touchdown for good measure. They've beaten UCF. They've won their first American Conference Championship. Their first conference championship since 1998. Just a year removed from going 2-10 with a hurricane and multiple devastating losses. The wait is over for the biggest win in Yeoman Stadium history. Want to know the best part? The season's not over yet. The Cotton Bowl Classic Bowl game was founded in Dallas in 1937 at the Texas State Fairgrounds when Texas oil executive J. Curtis Sanford financed the first one out of his own pocket. And I'm just reading from the Cotton Bowl Wikipedia page. Look, here's the deal. The Cotton Bowl is one of the 4 most prestigious postseason exhibition matchups that college football has to offer. And it's in one of the biggest stadiums that football itself has to offer as well. Jerry World. When you hear the words Cotton Bowl as a football fan, you instinctively think that's going to be a good matchup right there. And Tulane of all teams is in that game. A year removed from going 2-10. In their first major bowl game appearance in 82 years. So who will they be playing? USC? Well, that should be a great matchup, huh? USC's fans may not be as excited about it as Tulane's fans are, but what a fantastic test it is for the Green Wave, and what a celebration it will be for all they've accomplished this season. You want a challenge? Why not put it up in one of the largest stadiums in America against the Heisman Trophy winner, Caleb Williams, a totally not controversial star quarterback and one of the 3 best players in college football today. But I'm getting ahead of myself. As an addition to all that, Tulane will also be matching up against USC's first-year head coach, Lincoln Riley. Okay, clearly some context is needed. Quick detour. After beating Tulane in 2021, Lincoln Riley and the Oklahoma Sooners went on an undefeated streak into November. During this time span, Spencer Rattler, who had been frustratingly inconsistent to begin the year for the Sooners, was benched, and highly touted freshman quarterback Caleb Williams took the helm as starting quarterback. While things were rolling nicely for the Sooners, they stumbled to end the year, losing 2 of their last 3 regular season games, ending with Oklahoma missing the Big 12 championship for the first time in Riley's tenure. And the moment that season ended, Riley jumped ship and hitched a ride to the West Coast in the middle of the night to helm the USC football program, longing for the good old days. And hey, when you make a move like that, why not bring your defensive coordinator, conditioning coaches, and best of all, your star quarterback with you as well? Thusly, in Riley's first year as head coach, 2022 USC had their own impressive turnaround, going 11-1 to start the year after going 4-8 the season prior, with their only loss being to Utah, who they would play again in the Pac-12 championship game, which if USC won, would send them to the college football playoff. They would not win, and that puts Lincoln Riley right back at the doorstep of the detour over Tulane Green Wave. Whew. It all comes full circle. When Tulane last saw Riley and Caleb Williams, the Sooners were riding high, trying to start a season full of high hopes with a number 2 ranking strong, with Tulane reeling from a disaster. Now the roles are reversed. Tulane gets another shot, standing on both feet this time, riding the biggest high the program has felt in decades, while Riley's team is reeling from a crushing defensive meltdown in the championship game, costing them a chance at the playoff. The bad man is back, and the whole Tulane football program knows it. The Tulane fans have shown out in droves. There hasn't been a congregation this dense of Green Wave memorabilia in eons. They've made the pilgrimage, not just the student section this time. A mostly out-of-state alumni base has been wishing for this moment ever since they've graduated. From graduates in the 60s to the class of 2027, they're all here on the north side of AT&T Stadium to celebrate a fantastic season, but most importantly, to will them along on their mission. It's an uphill battle for sure, but what's on the line is paramount. Teams like these don't get chances like these often. The group of 5 gets 1 bid per year into major bowl games. Said teams haven't won said major bowl games since 2017. Still, as exciting and as magical as Tulane's season has been so far, let's be real, the general public still doesn't give one shit. Only AAC conference viewers and sickos have Tulane on their radar even after all they've accomplished this season. So if you want to make a stand and make your mark in college football relevance, and if you want the most tantalizing motivation possible, here you go. The 2023 Cotton Bowl. Number 16 Tulane, number 10 USC. Prime slots on ESPN. In the rematch against Lincoln Riley. In the battle to earn the title of the greatest season-to-season turnaround in college football history. The battle to transcend their afterthought status. The battle to become real. Tulane is in the Cotton Bowl. Let's begin. USC opens the Cotton Bowl with the longest drive in sports history. Okay, I haven't fact-checked that, but come on, 17 plays, 9 minutes burned off the clock, as Caleb Williams and the USC offense slowly and methodically gets first down after first down, right up into the end zone. 0-7 USC leads. Their offense has come to play, but that was never a question. The question for USC was always going to be, could their defense right the ship after the humiliation against Utah? Well, so far so good for the USC defense on the first drive. Tulane can't come up with an answer as Michael Pratt's 3rd and 11 run comes up a few yards short. Punt. And once again, another excruciatingly long touchdown drive for USC. The explosive USC offense is absolutely grinding down Tulane's D. Can they come up with a stop?
Still loose. Flings it. Caught
And into two, Rice at the one. Wow, what a miraculous...
Okay, what the hell was that? Well, 0-14 now. Tulane, you're running out of time. If you're going to show up for this game, you better do it now.
They fake the jet sweep. Pratt keeps it himself. He's in the clear. Out to the 40 and run out of bounds at about the 30.
Awesome. Let that hopefully be a sign that the floodgates have opened. A couple big plays from Shoddy Clayton Johnson and Tyjae Spears later sets Tulane up for their first touchdown. They're on the board. But it looks like USC's picking up right where they left off on offense, methodically moving the ball right down the field for the third straight drive. Is this really Tulane's fate? To watch Caleb Williams shove it down the field over and over for...
Picked off at the 8-yard line. Monroe says, "You're not going to fool me twice."
Oh?
10. Completes it over the middle, Jackson. And he took some angles at midfield. Jackson on the move. Stepping. They're looking at shoe bottoms. Touchdown!
Jaquan Jackson does it again with an assist credited to Lawrence Keys for that ridiculous blocking job. Ladies and gentlemen, we're all tied up. 14 apiece. Just keep it within reach from here on out and rest up at halftime.
Here he comes again. Brown right down the pipe. Kick the turbo in. Touchdown!
Okay, and you let them score again. 14-21. That's fine. Let's get something done on this drive, and if it's nothing, at least don't let them get the ball back before half, because we get the ball to start the second half, and the dropsies are back. Punt. Touchdown. Halftime. Tulane trails 14-28. As we come out of halftime, the offense knows they've got to get going to get themselves back into this game again. They already did it once. They can kick off another comeback with a good drive here, and a good drive they have indeed. A long Spears run that started off in a 16-yard completion to tight end Alex Bauman? Who? Not gonna lie, I've never heard of this guy until now. Apparently he's a true freshman and was recruited as an edge rusher, but now he's catching passes in Tyreek James' stead in the Cotton Bowl? Interesting. Anyway, Spears' 7-yard run, back to a 7-point game. Defense, we need you to step it up. Unfortunately, the USC offensive machine is still running smoothly as ever. Another long drive. Another easy touchdown. It's hopeless. This offense is just too powerful for Tulane to deal with. Wait, what? This is under review? Oh, okay, holy shit, he never touched the ground. That's incomplete. Incomplete. We still have life. I don't care if they went for it on 4th down, although that is kind of rude. Tulane holds USC to a field goal. I see this as an absolute win.
Got it down.
Wait, he missed? Alright, okay, even better. The defense got the stop they needed. Let's tie this. Or the USC defense is able to step up themselves. Tulane settles for a field goal. And now begins the touchdown ping pong. USC touchdown. Tulane touchdown. USC touchdown. Tulane fumble. That one might have sealed our fate. What a fantastic game by Tyjae as always, but that is a backbreaker. USC has the ball on a 12-point lead with 10 minutes and counting, and they proceed to drain all the clock. The Tulane D has been methodically whittled down into shavings over the course of this game. So many long drives, so many well-crafted first downs by Caleb and Riley. It's not even an indictment on Tulane's defense. They fought valiantly all game. It's just the talent gap. At the end of the day, there's a difference between Power 5 programs like USC and Group of 5 programs like Tulane. Even when you have all the heart and all the work ethic and all the determination and motivation, sometimes talent truly does clear all other obstacles. USC kicks a field goal. They lead by 15 with 4.5 minutes left in the Cotton Bowl. Tulane sits with 1 timeout and a need to score 2 touchdowns plus a 2-point conversion, with either a defensive stop or onside kick nestled between all of that if they want to win. But that's so far removed from reality that it might as well be an alternate universe. Maybe a consolation prize will be just making the final score look competitive.
Pratt fires. Complete over the middle. There it is. Deuce Watts. Deuce on the loose. One guy to beat. Finally tripped up.
Hey, that works. Nice play from Deuce. That's exactly how fast we needed to score. Let's punch it in.
And there it is. Spears.
Spears again. 37-45. 4 minutes to play. Now comes the onside kick. Hey, it worked last time they played Riley. Let's make some magic happen one last time. Or they just don't onside kick it at all? Well, okay then. I guess we're playing for a stop? A gamble for sure, but it looks like Willie, always a player's coach, is putting the trust in his defense with the crown in the balance. First down on the 25.
It's bubbled out of bounds by Williams at the 2.
Wow.
Wow is right.
The Tulane defense needs to rise up now.
It was at this moment that everything changed. Tulane knew they had a chance, and so did the fans. First down, now on the 1-yard line. Defense, you've been on your heels all game. You know it, we know it, but here's your chance. You're on the offensive. Against all odds, you have a chance to flip this game on its head. A safety here doesn't just get you the ball back, it fills in the 2-point conversion for you. A touchdown won't just potentially tie the game, it'll potentially win it. Forget everything I said about consolation prizes. We've come too far to lie down and die now. We're from New Orleans. We've weathered storms before. Let the wave wash in.
Oh, we're going to have a safety. Jenkins with the tackle. And it's a safety, and they'll get the football on the kick. What a cataclysmic turn in favor of the Green Wave.
Defense showed up when they needed to. Give us that ball. Let's go win this thing. Down 6, 2 minutes left. Uh-oh.
Back at the 21-yard
Come on, y'all. Get it together.
Spears between the tackles. Well, almost got sacked. On the run. Nice straight arm.
Welp, 4th down. It's all come back to this moment. Pratt and both sides of the ball for the Wave have orchestrated yet another monumental comeback against a Lincoln Riley coach team in a battle to become real. But it will all fade into memory if they can't keep it going here. All or nothing.
Take out his do-it-yourself kit and picks up the first down.
1 extra yard, 1 season later. The chance Pratt and his team wanted so badly a season ago to be able to prove themselves on the big stage in a miraculous final comeback, now they have that chance. 1 minute remains in the Cotton Bowl. 1 more set of downs for the Green Wave. Pratt sacked again. It's 4th down again. Keep it going.
Delivers first down. Bauman, and they're alive.
Oh look, it's Alex Bauman. 2nd catch of the day, biggest catch of his life. Another huge first down on this all-or-nothing drive. But time has slowly trickled away. Only 22 seconds remain after the spike, and Tulane's got 30 yards left to travel. They've gotten first downs against USC's defense, but the chunk plays that have been driving their offense all game long have gone cold. USC, to their credit, has been keeping it all in front of them. At some point, Tulane's got to take a shot deep.
On the slant.
There we have it. Deuce Watts in the clutch once again. And he paid the price for it too. But the job is done. Everything's been building up to this. Every magical moment of the 2022 Tulane Green Wave season and every moment from the 2021 season as well. Every big play, every big decision, every miraculous first down and stop has led Tulane on the brink of the goal line.
Fires! Incomplete for Bauman. Incomplete.
Damn! Thought Bauman had it. He did too. It's fine though, it's fine. Come on now. We've gotten this far. Tulane's got 2 more chances to find the end zone and make history. Hey, what's that sound? There's certainly something going on. Got food trucks. Got a football inflatable. Something's happening today. Oh, I see now. He caught it.
Further review, the ball did not touch the ground. It's completed pass.
It's a tie game. This is for the lead and a potential win. The green wave, a tidal wave late in the game with a comeback for the ages.
Tulane Green Wave were losing by 15 points with 4 minutes and 30 seconds to play against USC and Lincoln Riley in the Cotton Bowl. They've come all the way back and then some. And now, provided Caleb doesn't have one last miracle in his back pocket, we get to say it for real.
It's over! It's over! Tulane has done it!
Unbelievable!
It's the biggest win all time for the Tulane Green Wave! And a stunning comeback knocks off USC 46-45. Unbelievable!
What a win! What a game!
The Tulane Green Wave are Cotton Bowl champions. The Tulane Green Wave have achieved the biggest turnaround in college football history. They've overcome every obstacle thrown their way at every turn, and the final monkey is now off their back. They're real.
Also, I want to thank Green Wave Nation. Wow! Great job, everybody showing up in force. What a crowd, man. You guys came up here and dominated Dallas. Great job, Green Wave Nation. Thank you all.
There we go, the greatest turnaround in college football history. It was truly magical to watch this whole thing unfold firsthand. I hope I was able to distill the magic well enough for all of you to appreciate it as much as I was able to, not just this year, but for all my years of being here. The 2022 Green Wave football program has brought glory back to the Tulane football name. They've set a standard in a way no one will ever forget. With that being said, this isn't the end of the story, because we can't just sit here and pretend that it's all a perfect happy ending. Because if this is indeed the end, then what was this all for? Tulane didn't come this far just to be forgotten about next year. So it's not a happy ending. Happy moments is what these are. And indeed, these happy moments will last forever, but the Tulane football program continues on the 2023, now considered to be top of the heap in the American Conference, accounting for the 3 teams leaving and 6 joining. Some Tulane faces will be gone. Tyjae Spears, a junior, has declared for and will assuredly be drafted in the upcoming NFL draft. Dorian Williams, Nick Anderson, Shea Wyatt, Deuce Watts, Macon Clark, and many other seniors have declared for the draft as well. but there's much more depth on the Tulane roster than people realize. Willie Fritz, who has just committed to staying at Tulane for many more years, and his coaching staff has slowly, through trial and error, learned what it takes to recruit the football hotbed that is Louisiana. Tulane's got some very deep recruiting classes, and they're just coming off of their best one in a couple years, including a very good transfer group as well, no doubt excited by the showing Tulane put forth in 2022. Their coaching staff remains by and large as well, apart from defensive coordinator Chris Hampton, who has taken a job at Oregon. Michael Pratt was rumored to have some decent NIL offers to transfer out of Tulane to a more football prestigious school, and he could have done that, and we wouldn't have even judged him, nor would we have judged anyone else for doing the same. But Pratt's staying, and so is most of the returning class, because the Tulane football brand is becoming something truly special. It's becoming truly synonymous with something, and it's the doing of not just the 2022 roster, but the 2021 roster as well, and all the rosters before them, having to deal with the hurricane, with COVID, with the 2-10 season just in the last 3 years. What Tulane football is becoming synonymous with is resilience, in the same way that New Orleans itself has become synonymous with resilience. The team reflects the city in more ways than we know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go see something through.